Let's turn now to Chuck Todd, NBC political director and moderator of Meet the Press. Chuck, good morning. Good to see you as always. Let's turn to President Trump and his side of this week. I mean, you go back and it's hard to believe all this happened in 1 week, but let's go to the Tuesday press conference that drew so much condemnation from Republicans on Capitol Hill, from privately members of his own cabinet who spoke out. I'm thinking of Gary Cohn, for example. Bob Corker questioned the stability of President Trump. Business leaders leaving the council that led to the council being dissolved. His own military, the commander-in-chief, the military branch is putting out their own statements condemning bigotry and racism. How isolated, how lonely is President Trump this morning?
I got to think he's pretty lonely on this front. He's got his base. And that's what's keeping him afloat politically right now. If his base ever left him, I think you would have Republican officials not be so anonymous in their criticism of this president. But it's been interesting to watch the political fallout of all this, Willie, because you have a Republican Party that's clearly you could see and feel the tension in many of these folks. You have tough statements being issued on Twitter, on Facebook. But they're hesitant to take it a step further because I think they fear charging up a hill with nobody behind them, because everybody in the Republican Party in Washington seems to be against this president except the voters. And that is the dilemma, I think, that's facing these Republican leaders as they beg the president to fix this. And at the same time, they don't overly criticize because they don't want to get tossed out either. Yeah,
he's still at 80% or so, 79, 80% with Republican voters. The departure this week, too, of Steve Bannon, a figure that's been so analyzed and what he means to the country, what he means to Donald Trump. He has pledged now to go to Breitbart, where he has returned, and to wage war against the establishment. He said, I've got my weapons back now. Is it different to have Steve Bannon outside the White House, or will he still be doing the same job effectively he was doing, just in a different building?
We'll see. I guess the question, look, he lost his job because he didn't work well with others. Right. Pure and simple. He picked way too many fights. Is that what he does at Breitbart? Does he continue to settle scores? If that's what he does, that could cause a lot of short-term problems. But I don't think it actually serves Steve Bannon very well. Bannon seems to have the ambitions of Roger Ailes, that he wants to be the media mogul that defines what conservatism, how it is portrayed in America, at least as far as the media is concerned. We'll see how he does with that. I have to tell you, sometimes I read these statements, Willie, and I think he's got a major Icarus complex, but we'll see.
Well, and the president congratulating Steve Bannon on his move to Breitbart, expecting still big things from his former senior advisor. Chuck Todd, thank you very much. We'll be watching this morning as Chuck focuses on the state of the nation after Charlottesville. Among his guests, civil rights icon Andrew Young.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.